come down to the table and we'll start our small break. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? Good. You remember we've been talking about text evidence? Do you know what that is? Do you remember what that is?
Like words you find from the text that support your answer.
Exactly. And that's what we're going to work on today, okay? So I have handed you a worksheet, and this worksheet has a passage which we're going to read. And as we read the passage, what's the thing we normally do when we have a passage?
We annotate.
Annotate. And what does annotating include? Go ahead.
Writing summaries off to the side, underlining words that you don't know, pointing text evidence for your summaries, and highlighting important things.
Very good. That's exactly right, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to start, though, by grabbing a pencil and putting our name and date on the paper. And homeroom teacher. It's the 22nd birthday. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read this passage, and I want you guys to annotate as we go, and I'll go slow, so that if you want to write something, just raise your hand and I'll pause, and then we'll look at the questions after, okay? Sebastian was upset. He had lost his new pencil. Sebastian had been looking for his pencil all day, and he was unable to find it anywhere. He looked under the bed, in the hamper, on his desk, and even in the car. Did someone steal it? Sebastian explained his problem to his family, and they just laughed at him. This made him feel even worse. His brother shouted, "You sure looked everywhere, huh?" As he ran up to Sebastian. His brother reached on the side of Sebastian's head and made the pencil appear. Sebastian was shocked. He had looked everywhere, but not behind his ear. How about that? All right. So if you could write a little summary off to the side of this, what would it say?
Sebastian was upset because he lost his pencil. He claimed that he looked everywhere, but he did not.
Where did you have it?
Behind his ear.
Yeah. Forgot it was there. Okay. So you can write a little summary on the side of this, whatever you think it would remind you what's in the paragraph. And I want you to go ahead and underline important words, or in words that you don't know, and important facts. I love how you're being thorough in your answers and your annotating. That's great. We also could use highlighters if you prefer. Let's see. Use this. It's a little dark, just underline. So what you'll be looking for, we don't know the text evidence we're looking for yet, so let's go ahead and just put the summary, and then I'll have you read the questions, then we'll know what we're looking for exactly for text evidence. So just put your summary and underline words you don't know and important items in the text. If I were doing it, I think I would write Sebastian. I'm just going to put an S for Sebastian for shorthand. Lost his pencil. Looked for it. And it was behind his ear. Because that gives me sort of an overview of what happened, even though I don't have every little detail. And that's kind of what a summary is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And that, what else does a summary include? Something from the beginning? That's right. And only the important stuff, right?
Not like, and he lived in a blue house.
Right. Nothing that doesn't relate. Okay. So we're ready. We've annotated our text. So let's look at the first question. Who wants to read the first question? Holly?
Where did Sebastian look to find his pencil?
Okay. Where did Sebastian look to find his pencil? Let's think about that question, and if you already have an answer, look in the text to where you might find the text evidence to prove it. And let me know when you got it. Always got it. Thumbs up when you've got it. Sky's highlighting. This is writing already. Before you write, though, hold on 1 second. So what do you think the answer is? Where did he look?
Under the bed, hamper, his desk, and the car.
Okay, so if I'm naming those things, did you say the same thing, Holly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I'm naming those things, I'm going to want to underline, all right? Under the bed, in the hamper, on his desk, and even in the car. So once you have those underlined or highlighted, then you know there's your text evidence. I put a little asterisk by there, so I know that's my text evidence for number one. So number one. Okay? So when we answer a question, it's kind of like race, right? Who remembers what race is? Who is?
Restate the question, answer the question, cite text evidence, and explain.
Perfect. Okay. So how do we restate this question as a statement? Where did Sebastian look to find his pencil? Holly.
Sebastian
And Skylar, you want to help her out?
Sebastian looked under the car, the bed, hamper on his desk, and all those places. I know this because in the text it says, unable to find it anywhere. He looked under the bed, in the hamper, on his desk, and even in the car.
Okay. So the question is, that's sort of the R and the A, right? The restate and the answer. Another way you might say it is, he had looked everywhere, because that's what the text says too. He had looked everywhere. Sebastian looked everywhere to find his pencil. And then you can add the next sentence. He looked, the text says he looked under the bed. Or you can say it like you said. Whichever way you say it, you're going to have the restatement, which is Sebastian looked, and then you're going to have your answer, which is whatever you underlined. What did you underline, Holly?
I underlined, he looked under the bed, in the hamper, on his desk, and even in the car.
Very good. Okay. So you're going to have an R and an A, and then for the text evidence, what do you say, what's the sentence stem for the text evidence?
I know this because, or in the text it says.
Or the author states, or something like that. Okay. So go ahead and do the R and the A, and then the C, and we say the text says, or I know this because the text says, or the author says. And when you're ready, give me a thumbs up. So you have R, A, and C. Did you do E as well?
Yeah, I didn't.
Don't do E just yet unless you already have. That's okay, you don't need to erase it. I just want to see what you've written. Okay, you go ahead and read yours.
I said, Sebastian looked under the bed, hamper on his desk, car. I know this because in the text it says, he looked everywhere. He still could not find it. Under the car, under the desk, hamper, and the bed and everything.
And even the code. Okay, let's make sure when we quote the text that we write exactly what's in the text. It says, you can say he looked under the bed, in the hamper, on the desk, and even the car, or you can say however you want to say it and then only quote part of the sentence. If you're quoting it, it has to be the exact words. What did you say for yours?
I did. Sebastian looked everywhere. The text says he had looked everywhere.
Okay. Okay. Holly, how about you?
It said, Sebastian looked everywhere to find his pencil. I know this because the text says he looked under the bed, in the hamper, on his desk, and even in the car.
Okay. Perfect. So now we have the R, which is restate the question. We have the A, which is answer the question. And we have the C, which is citing text evidence. Excellent. What comes next?
The B.
That E, what does the E stand for?
Explain.
Explain. How do you explain? What do you say?
You explain by saying, so all of this helps me understand that he was looking for his, that he could not find his pencil, and he looked everywhere. And it helps me because it tells me all the places that he looked, and it also tells me what he said when he can't find it.
Okay, so one thing that we said in our class was what? What sentence stem do we use for explain?
We used the same one that we used in R. Or like
The reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
the reason.
What words do we use to start it?
This shows me
This shows me. So what is it showing you?
that Sebastian looked everywhere to find his pencil.
Well, not that he looked everywhere. What's the question? Where did he look? This shows me where he looked, right? So the text evidence says in the hamper, on the desk, in the car. And that shows me that that's where he looked. In the hamper, on the desk, and in the car, right? So we want to make sure that lines up. Whatever you're saying in the text evidence and the explanation have to be the same, okay? And they all point back to the prompt, which is, where did he look? Okay? Let's see if we can do another one. Let's do number 3. How did Sebastian's brother make the pencil appear?
For the R, we could do Sebastian's brother made the pencil make the pencil appear by.
I love how you stopped in the middle of the sentence there. We've done that before, right? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I feel like they were just joking around or something that he made it appear. I think that because when his brother was laughing, he said, "You sure you looked everywhere, huh?" And he laughed. And everybody just laughed at him because it was already behind his ear, and I guess his brother didn't realize. So he was like, "Oh my goodness, he did magic or something."
Right, right. It says make the pencil appear. He didn't actually make it
Yeah.
appear, but he kind of did. If the pencil's right here behind my ear and I don't see it, when it appears is when I see it. So he pulled the pencil from the back of his ear. So that's how he made it appear, right? He didn't actually magically make it appear. He just brought it into sight. Right? Does that make sense? Are we good with that? Okay. So where's the text evidence? Holly? I know this because the
I
text
know
says.
because the text says, his brothers reached on the side of Sebastian's head and made the pencil appear.
Awesome. I'm going to underline that. His brother reached out on the side of Sebastian's head and made the pencil appear. Okay, so that's going to be for number 3. Awesome. Why don't you guys go ahead and write that, and we'll see where we end up with the R and the A and the C, and then we can explain. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. You got something? Oh. Just tell me when you're ready. I love that I'm hearing the text says, so I know you're following the format. All
I'm
right.
supposed to do the E too.
Nope, not yet. Tell me what you have.
So I did. Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear by reaching to the side of Sebastian's ear. I know this because the text says, his brother reached on the side of Sebastian's head and made the pencil appear.
Very nice. And so, what would you say for your E?
I would say this tells me that Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear by reaching to the side of Sebastian's head.
Okay. Are you ready? Let's read yours.
Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear by grabbing it from his ear. I know this because in the text it says, his brother reached on the side of Sebastian's head and made it appear. So this,
Okay, what will you say for this shows me?
this shows me that Sebastian made the pencil appear by making it in sight.
Bringing it inside, yes. How about you?
I said Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear by reaching to the side of Sebastian's head. The text says, his brother reached on the side of Sebastian's head and made the pencil appear.
Perfect. And your E would be?
This shows me that Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear by reaching to the side of Sebastian's head.
Could you say this shows me how Sebastian's brother made the pencil appear? Perfect. All right. So as you can see, we have our constructed responses by the race strategy. We started with the R, which is restate the question as a statement, and then we answered it. And then we cited text evidence, which lined up with the R and the A. And then our explain tells us how that text evidence points back to the R and the A. Very good. Very good. All right, just make sure your name and date are on this, and I'll take these, and you can go back to your seats. Do you have any questions? Okay. Perfect. Thank you.